Gentlemen, welcome to JTV Live and Uncensored episode number 2. This time around, you don't got SYM up in here. This time around, you've got me, you know, J Kid or Kevin Impact, whatever the hell you want to call me. It's live, it's uncensored, it's unpredictable. And speaking of unpredictable, we have the incomparable BCW founder in the house and the director of talent at JTV, a very successful and entrepreneur of a guy and a strong guy. We've got Craig Mack in the house. What's up, Craig? Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, what's going on, guys? As you guys may know, I am BCW president and also JTV DOT, Craig Mack, and I'm so very honored to be here on the podcast. So I do hope that we have a good episode here.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna have a good show here, no doubt about it. We're gonna have some fun.
Definitely.
So yeah, you know, like I just finished telling you, Craig, I don't really have anything prepared here. We're shooting right out of the hip. So
it's all good.
You know, I think some of the questions, and if anybody who's watching has any questions for Craig Mack, you know, feel free to comment on the side and ask your questions, and
yes.
You know, we'll be able to answer. He'll be able to answer. And Craig, if you want to see the live feed of questions and all that, you can go on the JTV channel and see the live broadcast if you want to have that on the side to look at also. But
doing that right now.
Just try to have the audio down so that I don't hear myself as an echo. We are live.
I got it.
So
I got it.
So we are here with Craig Mack, and we're going to be talking to Craig Mack right now. And like I said, shooting up right out of the hip. So let's see. First and foremost, I know you just came from an '80s party. How did that go?
Yes, sir.
You see Back to the Future?
Yeah, I did some little bit Back to the Future shit tonight. So, you know, we had one of our guys who is in my department. It was his 50th birthday, and his wife kind of did like a back to the '80s theme, and you know.
Right.
So Craig Mack had to pretty much get inside the in the DeLorean and had to go back, and he had to go back at the '80s.
Had to go back in time. So.
I go back in time, you know.
Damn. So which fire department is that again?
Brookhaven.
Oh yeah, the Brookhaven Fire Department. Yeah, you did tell me that. Hit you with that. What is it? 421.
Yes, sir.
421, man. Shout out to the Brookhaven Fire Department, right there. Shout out to all of y'all for sacrificing yourself, putting your life on the line, you know, and defending and protecting. You too, Craig. You're in there. All of us, you know. For not just for so long, but you know, every day, a fireman put his neck on the line, put his life on the line for so many people from society. And to me, those are the real heroes. You know, you have policemen, you have many different individuals and officials who works for the city, the state, the country, and you know they try to protect people, but. You know, you get the Justice Department, for example, police officer can be corrupted. You know what I mean? Same can be said for the fire department, but at the same time, it's like it's a little different because, you know, a police officer has the authority to do whatever the hell he wants, even though his life is on the line. When you got a fire going on, you can't predict what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. It's always a hazard. It's always a danger. It's always, you know, you guys get stationed and all of a sudden, oh, we got to go. You got to get on that truck and we're out of here. And
that's right.
I would imagine, you know, what's some of the, I know you told me a crazy story when we met up for the Hall of Fame thing. That was, it was strong for me. I know it probably was strong for you, you know. You want to share with some of these people that story or some of your stories, some of your experiences? I think we've lost Craig. I think Craig's mic turned off. I don't know. We can't hear Craig. We're trying to get Craig Mack back. Okay, so we've lost Craig Mack right now. We've lost Craig Mack right now, but Craig Mack should be back with us momentarily. And this is why we call it live and uncensored. So we're gonna try to get Craig back momentarily. Just give me a moment. Oh, we got him back. Craig Mack back up in here. Yeah, that's all good.
Man.
Yeah, that's all good, man. We live and uncensored. This is how this go. Anything can happen.
Okay.
So yeah, same question.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
All right. So basically, as y'all don't know, me being in the in the in the in the
Fire department.
service
Yeah. Right.
is it's been something that's been in my that's been in that's been in like that's been in like that's been in like with that's been in like with my family, so
Yeah.
with my dad and with my brother. So it's been one hell of a crazy ride, seeing all the stuff that my dad went through and so.
Shit, I bet.
So I've been through some stuff that's that's a little bit crazy. As I told you when we met up, I did have a scene where there was a bad accident, and I watched a kid that was maybe 2 years old die right in front of me because of with another person going through with a light and they hit the car. I just recently, a couple months ago, I seen a person burn to death inside of a car that we had put out, and I heard the person yell.
Oh my God.
And things like that, and it's something that I will never forget or take out of my memory.
Oh my God.
Being in the fire department, it's a very good thing. It was very good, and I'm proud of it. I'm going to be continuing to do it when I do leave here, and that's another thing for y'all. For y'all that don't know, Greg Mack is moving. He's moving to Connecticut, and I'm going to be continue doing fire service up there. So,
oh, cool.
That's thing. Yeah, just on the record, both my parents just came home, so they're gonna be walking in. They are gonna be walking in the door.
That's all right, man. You got special guests. We're all family here. Ain't nothing. It ain't nothing, man. We all here. We're all together in this. And we're all focused on, we're focused on you. We're focused on Craig Mack. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? And if you need to take a moment to get out, you just let me know. Like I said, live and uncensored, anything can happen. But yeah, everything is good with everybody. So I'm sorry to hear that part of it, that you had to see all that. That's I would imagine that's real traumatizing for you. I mean, man, like it's tough to live with that memory.
Yeah.
But you're tough. You're tough getting through and getting by, and I know that you're putting it in your head that you gotta be strong enough to get by for everybody else. So I think that's great, man. I think that's cool. That's pretty dope. That you're working with the fire department. Obviously, when you're not running BCW and booking JTV, he's an entrepreneur, folks. He's got 3 different jobs all at once. This man right here, Craig Mack, is incredible.
Thank you.
So I thought it was really cool that we got to meet up. We got to meet up with Corey Flash and for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Bill Sarkis.
And it was interesting for all of us to be there the same day. Before you got there, I was definitely just eating a burger and drinking my beer, as you saw, and Corey Flash pulled up, and then Big Craig Mack pulled up. So that was cool. What did you think of that experience?
You know, it was my, you know, meeting you and him. You know, that was definitely a very good moment that I will never, you know, that I will never forget. Get to meet the man who pretty much revolutionized JTV. And then we had the all-star kid in there. You know, and now, you know, with you bringing that up, I would just like to add in there for the people who don't know, All-Star Kid Corey Flash will be debuting in BCW all on Rampage 80. So you know, he's gonna make his debut out there, and then you know, definitely it's definitely a thing that we definitely gonna have to do. That we are gonna have to do all again.
Right.
In the future.
Absolutely. So there it is, confirmed right there, ladies and gentlemen. Championship Wrestling, BCW, Craig Mack Show is the All-Star Kid, Corey Flash, that cocksucker, is confirmed for BCW. I'm looking at the comments. In the comments, we got a JTV star. We got the Funk Man, Funky Carter. Shout out to you, Funk Man, for watching the show, showing us love. He's saying in the comments that he would like to join BCW. He served himself up. What do you think of that, Craig?
Yeah, man. I mean, if he wants to come, he he has to come over to BCW headquarters, and he's gonna have to come in there, and he's gonna have to talk with Craig Mack.
All right, so there it is. There it is, Funky Man. Funk Man, Funk Carter. If you want to join BCW, you've got to get in contact with the big man himself, and he says no problem. All right, glad we can help people.
Definitely.
I thought it was pretty interesting, everything that happened, man. There's so much for us to talk about. Like, the Hall of Fame was pretty cool for that to happen, us to share a beer. For me, it was definitely, you know, I think I can speak for Corey when I say that for both of us, that it was a cool experience to meet you and your family, you know, and that's good. That's great. You know, we got to the Hall of Fame event. We had a good time there, and then we split. You know, me and Corey kind of went in another direction, and Craig and his family kind of went in the opposite direction. And, you know, we kind of lost contact after that. So, you know, I was wondering, you know, you were obviously there live, and you obviously saw everything that happened. What was going through your mind when you saw Bret Hart get attacked by that fan?
Well, at first, this is what I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to tell you how I seen it coming out of my eyes. I was there, and like I was watching this, and then the next thing I know, I just seen this guy or this I don't even know what to call it at the moment there, but this guy comes in the ring, and he ends up taking down the man who pretty much was a big thing, back, you know, back in the '90s and stuff like that, and whatnot. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was there, and I was just like, is this something that's really going on, or this is a thing that they possibly could have staged? But
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? But then, as I'm sitting there, I'm just like, why would they have something staged, especially at an event where we are supposed to honor with the guys who put everything in the squared circle,
right?
And you know, and did with that time and made what the wrestling industry is today. You know what I mean? So whether it was real or whether it was a staged attack,
yeah.
You know, I think it was just completely out. It was completely out of this world that happened.
Right.
But with the whole event, I think the event was good. That was my first ever. That was my first ever Hall of Fame. So.
Same here. Same here. Absolutely. It's funny. Me and you thought the same thing. When I was sitting there, I was kind of buzzy. Corey was sitting to my left, and that motherfucker went. He did this thing where he went around the little entrance, and he snuck in with some popcorn, and the security lady didn't see him because I had empty chairs next to me. So he kind of came up and sat next to me, and I was drinking, and I had my head down for a moment when Brett got attacked. But when I saw the guy go in the ring, because I didn't see the guy go in the ring, you had a better shot than I did because you was on the other side. When I saw that guy slide in the ring to attack Brett, like I seen the video today of the guy coming out the crowd. I didn't see that before. I saw it today. I got sent the video today of Brett getting attacked and the guy coming out of the crowd, how he slid through security and all that. I saw that today. But when I was there live in the crowd watching Brett, I thought to myself that just like you, it was staged. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I didn't get nervous. I saw when he ran up on Brett and he put his arms around him, and nothing happened. I had no reaction. I'm like, what is this, a fucking wrestling match? Like, I thought it was staged, just like you. I thought it was fucking staged, and I'm like, yo, this doesn't make sense. Because if you think about it, it's the first ever Hall of Fame that had a wrestling ring. We've never seen this before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I mean, we've seen it on JTV. We've seen it, but you've never seen it anywhere else. And that's the reason why I told Corey, I'm like, look, a wrestling ring at a Hall of Fame, where have we seen this? JTV. What show do they watch? Shit. So I don't know where they got their ideas from, but they had a wrestling ring for the first time ever. I liked it because I thought it was kind of cool. You know, Hogan. I mean, we got to see a lot of people, bro. We got to see Cena. We saw Hogan. We saw, I think Roman Reigns was in the crowd. You had Seth Rollins, obviously. You know, Sting was there. Hall and Nash was there. You know, Rey Mysterio, The New Day, Braun Strowman. We had a lot of people. And the women, you know, you had Charlotte was there, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, on and on. Like, you know, and Renee Young and that other cocksucker, the one she was with, Cody, whatever the hell his name is. I can't remember his fucking name. The one that was talking with Renee. He's a cocksucker, anyways.
Obviously, Corey Graves.
Corey Graves. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Corey Graves. So, so it's like, it was cool that we got to see all these big names and everything that happened. I was happy to see Tori Wilson. I thought that was kind of cool to see her.
Yeah.
You know, she looked great.
You know, I mean, yeah, like I haven't seen her like in a while, so it was just like it was very good to see her again, and then especially getting to see all the Harlem Heat.
Oh, Harlem Heat. I mean, that's for me and you, bro. We're from New York, 110th Street.
Yeah,
that's for me and you.
And then totally. Then towards the end there, when we get to see DX.
DX was emotional for me because, you know, that's my childhood, that's my life. You know, it reminded me of a lot. So after the show, you left before they came out, right? Or you saw them?
No, I left after they got done and things like that.
So you was there for the whole show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I thought Corey had told me, I guess, that you left. So I thought you left before DX came out.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so you got to see DX. When DX finished, I was still there. I was in the crowd. Yeah, everybody was leaving. I stood in the crowd listening to the song, and it was emotional for me because it was, you know, like, man, like, that was our era, you know? So to me, it was special. So I just stood in the crowd just listening until the security lady told me, we got to clear this area. I'm like, nigga, what area you got to clear? Well, you ain't doing nothing else right now. Like, ain't no other events coming up. So, yeah, so I just left. I took my beer, and I threw it at her. No, I'm kidding. We got out of there, and I kind of missed you, man, you know, because it was like you were gone. You was gone after that.
Yeah.
No goodbyes, no hugs.
Yeah, man, no.
You had to
get back.
Right. You had to break out.
Get back because break out because the next day we had to go and do stuff. She had to work So
I feel you, bro. You ain't got to explain all that, brother. I feel you. I'm with you on that. You know, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to you. Shout out to you and your family, by the way.
Thank you.
So yeah, like I don't know if you knew this, but here's a little story. Here's a little story that you probably don't know, that I'm going to share with you and everybody else that doesn't know. There's people in the locker room that know, but maybe you don't know this. This is where you get to sit back. You're the guest, Craig, but this is where you get to sit back and enjoy yourself, and you get to just listen in. After the Hall of Fame, me and Corey, now me and him are not really seeing eye to eye 100%, but we're getting along, or trying to get along. He's taking the long road towards that, and maybe a potential JTV return someday, maybe in 30 years. And basically, me and Corey got out of there. It was a red hot crowd going down the stairs, and it was just packed. We got out of the Hall of Fame, me and Corey, and me and Corey head down to the bar for a drink in the area. You know, we got out of there. We went for a drink, and I think I got some Jack Daniels. Corey just wanted a glass of water. So Corey gets a glass of water. The guy's like, you know, what do you want? What do you want? Give me some Jack Daniels on a rock or whatever the fuck I got. I got some ice on there. So I get my drink. I'm drinking, and the guy is bringing us nuts. He's like, hey, you guys want some nuts? And I just looked at him. I looked at him funny, you know, like, is he serious? And he's like, yeah, you know, it comes with the drink. It's free. Like, what kind of shit? So the guy gave us some nuts, you know, and you know, Corey just started, you know, Corey Flash started, you know, gobbling and chewing on the nuts. And, you know, I think that was probably his favorite part of us going to the Hall of Fame. You know, he's enjoying those nuts in a little cup. And he enjoyed, it was pretty big round nuts in his mouth. So, you know, so we're eating the nuts and shit. And I said, oh, well, you know, let me get some nuts too and shit, you know. I'm not very buzzy at all. We're just drinking and kicking it, and I see this woman. I see this blonde walk past me, and I'm like, man, she is bad. And then I look at her face, and I realize that that's not a regular woman. That's a celebrity. And I'm like, oh shit, I know who that is. I told that to myself in my head. I didn't say it out loud. I'm like, wait a minute. That looks like, and then Corey's like, yo, do you see who just walked in? I'm like, that's Alicia Fox.
No way.
Alicia Fox walked into the bar, Craig.
You serious?
Serious. She walked in with a dude with a mustache and sits right in front of us. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, she's feet away from us. No guards, no nobody. She's got this one dude. Wow. And I'm telling Corey, man, if she would have been by herself, I would have been all over that shit. You know? So Alicia Fox comes in, and she looked fucking amazing, let me tell you. And it's fucking funny because for those of you wrestling fans that do your research, you would know that she got Arn Anderson fired for drinking. For showing up drunk on the job. Yes, she did. So Arn Anderson got fired as a booker or an agent or whatever for her showing up to wrestling drunk. He paid the price, right, for allowing her to wrestle. And for those of you that are wondering whether that story is true or not, well, what am I telling you? Alicia Fox went to a bar. So it's pretty clear that it's true. She did get him fired. And I'm your proof. Me and Corey. So she goes into the fucking bar. She started ordering, and I didn't want to be weird, you know, but she was looking at us. I think she was probably looking at Corey more. And she was just checking us out a little bit. And at first she got a little nervous. She started like covering her face like we was going to come out of our seat and be like, hey, can we get autographs? But I was chilling, you know, I was just cool. And nothing really happened. She chilled for a little bit. We chilled for a little bit. And I started fucking making jokes about there's Corey right there in the comments confirming this story. I started making jokes to Corey. Corey started laughing. I started making jokes about how, like, you know, she got Arn Anderson fired and everything. And, you know, Corey was fucking laughing, and he was making me laugh. So I know she heard that shit and was like, fuck those guys. And after, as Corey was on the timer, Corey had to get up in the morning. He had to get the fuck out of there. So I drunk, I speeded up my drink. We got out of there, and when we leave to get into the subway and shit, we see Greg Khali's old manager, Ranjan Singh, I think his name was. Yeah, he walked past us with two other guys and some briefcases. I'm like, oh shit. And Corey was like, yo, do you see who that is? I'm like, yo, that's Greg Khali's manager. And we couldn't believe that shit. And I didn't ask his funky ass for no damn autograph, but I just thought it was, Corey just said it's funny as shit. I thought it was funny. So we got the fuck out of there, and that's what happened, man, after we got out the Hall of Fame. Just thought you might know that, a little extra story to share with the world. But yeah, back to our guest here at the time. We got Craig Mack in the house, folks, and we're going to get into some deep business now. But before we do, we start talking about CAW and BCW and more pro wrestling. I think the fans would like to know a little bit of the background of Craig Mack, man. What was life for you growing up? What's some of the stuff you was into? What did you like? What did you do? Any sports, any movies?
Yeah. All right. So let me see. All right. Well, growing up, I got into the world of sport of bowling.
Okay.
I've been into bowling since I'm 5 years old.
Right.
I learned that from my dad. I learned that from other people. While I was going to school, I was on the bowling team. That was the only sport that I really did for my school. And then I continue doing that now.
No, hold on. Hold on a moment. How were you able to do bowling in school? That's interesting.
Well, I don't know how it was for you in school, but my school offered a bowling program, just like how they have basketball, baseball, stuff like that.
This was where though? Where was this at?
When I went to school, out in Longwood.
So you was in Staten. You was in Staten. You grew up in Staten.
I grew up on Long Island.
Long Island, I mean. Right.
Yeah. So,
that's fire.
My school had a bowling team, and I was on the team until I got out of high school.
Okay.
And then I just keep doing it now. You know what I mean? I do that on the weekend. Yeah. That's my thing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep on doing it. So that's that for me for sports. There's movies. Growing up, I gotta say my first movie that I ever watched. Well, actually, to be more specific, it's gonna be the first ever scary film that I watched was actually Scream, and then one of the Freddy Krueger films, and I gotta give credit for that for my brother getting me into that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's a big deal. Horror's a big deal.
Yeah. So my brother is 10 years older than me. So he's an 80s baby, and I'm a 90s baby. So
you and me both. Toast to that.
So he got me into watching the movies. It was actually a night when he was watching me. Yeah. And when my parents were out. So yeah. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. At that age when I first watched it, I was scared, but now it's So, as I was growing up, I just got into more films. I got into watching Friday.
Chris Tucker.
High.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Tucker.
For sure.
I watch all different type of movies. I mean, I watch action. I watch adventure. I watch horror.
Right.
I watch whatever really fits my
taste at the time.
Interest.
Right. I feel you.
So, that's that for the movie part. And then growing up is just, I was just trying to figure out life, man. Trying to figure out how I could pretty much learn how to survive.
I feel you. Were you the kind of kid that did you like having groups and stuff like that, or were you more of a loner to yourself?
I had a big group of friends when I was in school.
Right.
There was days where I just wanted to tend to myself. You know what I'm saying? But as we got done with high school, we kind of went on like our own ways. And trying to figure out what we are gonna do like in life. And then I have like now for my big group of friends who I had back in high school and stuff like that, I can maybe say that I can count 10 of them that are that I keep in contact with because they never really forgot on what friendship was. So
I'm feeling that 100%. I respect that absolutely 100%. And it's fun. I'm glad you brought that up because that's how I feel right now, dog. Like I'm just keeping close with whomever wants to be my true friend. You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at it.
Right.
Those are the people you got to stay close with, man. The people who truly care about you, who are really looking out for you. Because
right.
a lot of
yeah. And I don't want to cut you off right there for a minute, but I just want to respond to one of the comments.
Okay.
On the live feed. Yes, I did see the movie Rush Hour. That's one of my favorite movies as well too. That was actually one movie that I really like laughed at a lot. But anyway, going back to what you were saying, Jay.
Yeah, basically I agree with what you're saying. I think that's an important thing. The message that we're trying to get out there here in this podcast is that, you got to keep whoever's, don't lose sight of those that really care about you, who are with you, man, because, a lot of people can say they're your friends and it's not true, or family, Those that are real close to you, stick with them all the way.
Right.
And going back to the bowling thing, though, before we continue, as a Craig Mack fan, not as my character or Jay Kidd, as a Craig Mack fan, it's interesting to me that you said you've been playing since you were 5 years old, playing bowling, because I knew a little bit about you doing the bowling thing, and I thought it was kind of cool, and I just started bowling like a few months ago when I was in Florida. I went out with my sister and her family, and we started bowling, and I whooped all their asses, and I had a blast doing that. So, it's
fun.
It's fun. It's interesting, and I look forward to doing more of that bowling thing. So, shout out to you.
Yeah, thank you. And about 3 weeks ago, I went out and up with the bowling thing. It was guys from the fire department. We all went out and we had a good time. Bowling, beer, drinking, food, eating. We just had fun. It's a thing that brings people, together.
Together, yeah, definitely. I agree with that 100%. Moving along, though, those are some great experiences right there. You got your experiences with Scream and everything. Your bowling, everything you got going on. There's Corey Flash right there. Obviously, he's a big fan of bowling. Also, he the same day I went bowling, he was bowling too. Although I do think that my bowling arena looked a lot better than his, 3 out of 10. But good shit. Me and him and me and you would probably go bowling sometime too once we gather back up again. We'll link up again. Moving into some more business though. I'm a little curious, and I'm sure some of our viewers and our listeners are a little curious as well as to, and I'm sure you probably explained it to me, but just so it gets out there, the information gets out there. How did BCW come about? And you coming into CAW? How did that come about? How did that start?
All right, so BCW came about like this. So before BCW, I had a league called World Wrestling Enterprise. You know, out trying to do this stuff, trying to figure it out. You know, I was mainly using the guys who were in the game already. I didn't really begin making my own original cause. That company was more of a test run.
Right.
And then I opened BCW around May of 2011.
Okay.
I had the concept in my head in the beginning of the year, and I wanted to begin something and build off of that. I don't know if you know, but a dear friend of mine who got me into this and also been there along the way, Eddie MACK. He's the owner of CAW Champions League. That's where one of our guys, the Great D, he's actually from that company. So he was there to help us build. So when I began BCW, my first concept mission was to have, you know, the past versus the future versus the present in the ring. So having like all worlds, you know, coming together and to battle to see which generation was on the top.
Right.
So I opened BCW with guys that I made, then the guys that were in the game already, and then I decided to get away from the guys who are in the game, you know, and then just make it all just, you know, cause. So it was like we were taking one step by, you know, trying to build, and then as I was doing this, I made friends along the way. You know, I made friends with Oliver Raging Redneck.
Right.
You know, he's one of the guys who also helped build up BCW. He's also within the BCW alumni. He was our final BCW world champion before the belts got unified.
Right.
And I do hope to bring him back in, or to have him appear on like a special episode. So I hope he's listening.
Ray, if you're listening, get your ass in contact with Craig Mack. He wants you to come back. But yeah, Craig.
You know, I mean, I know that he has his own thing going on, you know, with his, you know, like he just had a kid and all that stuff. I think he had.
That's what I heard last time we spoke.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was one. He was one. He was a hell of a guy. He was a hell of a wrestler. He was, you know, he definitely brought a lot to BCW. He gave me with that advice alongside Eddie Mack did, and then when I met you, you know, you also gave me some advice too, and some of the guys who were in JTV kind of helped me build up on how to change things around, on how to make things look good. So, you know, it's a learning curve. You know, I learn every day. You know, and especially when I do the shows, you know, and then that's why we had so many hiatuses, because I had I had problems with my PlayStation, I had problems with my computer, I had problems with just trying to get stuff going and to keep it going. So as of right now, we're approaching in Rampage 80, where to me, since we began back in 2011, we should be like, you know what I'm saying? Like we should be borderline on the halfway mark of like 150. But, you know, things happen, you know, and then you just got to keep everybody all up to date, you know what I mean? So that was also the reason why Bound for Greatness got got up about 4 months late because of just I had problems with the program.
Right.
So I'm trying to make BCW in something big. I'm trying to make it somewhat on the same level as GTV, or try to be like around it. I'm trying to do my best. It's only me and my wife that are doing it.
Oh, for real? I didn't know your wife worked with you. That's cool. That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah. So when I began this, it was me and my best friend who I had for 12 years. All right, me and him were best friends for 12 years, and then last year, me and him got into like an argument, and that's why now on BCW, you're seeing a lot of backstage tension between me and Alex Maverick.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we talk because of BCW, but we don't talk the way that we did. You know what I mean? And to me, I really kind of want to fix that, because I want him to be at my wedding. But I'm just gonna let time take its place there. So but yeah, so I'm gonna drop a hint right now on the future of a BCW. All right. For the last 2 months, I've been doing my research. I've been trying to think about this and bringing everything together. I'm thinking about expanding BCW out into Canada and also down to Mexico.
Right.
Meaning of having 2 different separate subsidies. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like a brand where I would go and search for new talent to come in and things like that. If you guys remember from my presidential speech that I made, I did announce that I bought out BSW, Broken Skull Wrestling.
Oh shit.
You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys know who was the owner of that, and that was that was Ray Raves.
Burke Lawson. You did business with Burke Lawson. Craig, come on, man.
Yeah.
How many times have Kevin Impact told you not to do business with Burke Lawson, Skull Brotherhood piece of shit? You know you can't trust him. Damn it.
Well, he came to Craig Mack and he begged for somebody to buy his company, and he had to give me a pretty big penny in order for that to happen and whatnot. So, it's basically just like how Triple H said at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can, how Vince can buy that. How Vince can buy that Pissy and Company.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I did it. He came to me. He came to BCW headquarters. He came in there and he marched to my office and he said, Craig Mack, I need help. I need you to buy this from me. These people have all the potential in the world to make a name for themselves, and I want you to make it happen.
Craig, I think
he came in there.
I think you got another offer right there in the comments.
Do I really?
I think you got Driscoll making you an offer right there.
Yeah.
The trophy.
Would BCW like to have a trophy? I would. BCW doors are always open to have people come in. On the website that we are currently redoing right now, the tagline is where legends are born. All right, we're trying to make people in BCW become with a legend in their own way to tell their own story. So yes,
BCW
would definitely.
BCW is going to grow more as soon as Kevin Impact whoops the ass of Juan Mendez and all the other little cocksuckers and whoop Nathan Vaz's ass and take that little title off of Nathan Vaz. That's right, Nathan. I'm going to kick your ass and beat you, you non-match playing son of a bitch. This man right here, Craig Mack, is making you look like $1 million day in and day out, and ain't none of you cocksuckers on there can hold the candle to the box office hit Kevin Impact. So,
Well,
Kevin Impact is the way to go, amigo.
As we got people listening here on the podcast, and I want these people to spread this word all around to every league that you guys are part of and that you know of. And this year, BCW is bringing a BCW Best in the World Cup tournament, and it's going to be open to every core league in the world.
There it is right there. Big news. You heard it here, folks.
That is one thing that we're bringing this year, and the winner of that tournament will be a part of BCW. You'll be on the roster, and you will get a BCW World Heavyweight Championship match with the champion at that time. All right. So right now, our BCW champion right now is Nathan Vaz. We don't know if he's going to be champion by the end of the year or not, depending on how he fights.
I can confirm that he is not going to be champion for very long. Top that. Please continue, Craig.
That's okay. That's okay, Kev.
You're damn right.
As me and you spoke about it, you came to me and you told me that you want that title, right?
You damn right I want that title.
And I know what type of guy that you are in that ring.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know the type of guy I am backstage too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And when I returned to BCW programming after being out for like a 3-year period, I came back and I said that this place will be the land of opportunities, and people are gonna get the opportunities that they deserve, and it's not gonna be the same people getting them all the time. We have a roster of the guys who have talent. We got guys on there who are like JC Storm, Carl Lucas. We got Chris Chamberlain, who just won the first ever BCW Money in the Bank ladder match at Bound for Greatness. Okay? He holds a contract right now for a world title opportunity. All right? This kid's young. He has potential. So we have a roster of guys who definitely have a future in this business.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, So I'm very happy that you and Mr. Castro put your whole feud on the side once you beat his ass back at Bound for Greatness there. All right, so now things are going to be rolling. It's going to be a whole different opportunity now.
Oh yeah.
So things are going to heat up.
Things are going to hit the fan at BCW, folks. Stay tuned in. Stay focused on BCW. BCW is indeed a part of the Power Org Network, along with myself, Trey Jeter, Jeffrey Albrin, of course, with S&W. We're a unit working together, and we're doing great business. Pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, is hot right now with AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, and everything going on right now in the wrestling business. It's starting to pick up again like the old days. In CAW, the product is hot right now. It's hotter than it's ever been. We are growing all together. Everyone is starting to they're starting to get over, and they're starting to know who's who. And this is the reason why we're here right now doing this podcast. We're having fun. This thing is starting to expand. We are expanding, and this thing is igniting. Yes, Greg, tell them.
And wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's more about this. If you guys paid attention in the beginning of the year when I made the post, when I made about the best in the world, what I have also said that I'm bringing back is that I began about a few years ago. I'm bringing back the BCW All-Star Tournament.
Did you say All-Star Tournament?
I did, sir. I did.
Corey Flash, go fuck yourself. Please continue, Greg.
We're bringing back the tournament where every member on the BCW roster will be a part of the tournament.
Right.
Okay. When you win matches, you will get points. Okay. It's gonna go on for like a certain amount of episodes, and then the ones that have the top amount of points will go into like a playoff thing. And then it'll go from there, and then we'll have with an event for the semifinals and the finals, the crown of BCW All-Star Champion. So, and that's just a title that you win. That's with an achievement, and it's not defended on like a daily basis. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm gonna bring this back where it's gonna be every year. So that's my plan.
It seems like Craig Mack has a lot of big plans coming up, folks.
Especially for now with BCW, you know, as me and Alex Maverick we have the tension there. You know, right now it's all about fighting for who is the big man in the office making all the shots about BCW. So, if there are some people here who have watched BCW from the beginning, I did have two different shows. One was called Rampage, and one was called Mayhem.
I remember Rampage.
You know what I'm saying? So right now, so when we began BCW out, we had both shows going for quite some time. Then I just made it into one, which is the one that we have now, which is Rampage. So now I'm getting with all these guys that are coming in to BCW, we're gonna be splitting up with the roster, and we're gonna have two shows again. Gonna have two shows again. So I'm gonna bring back Mayhem.
I mean, Craig, with all the respect, you know, it's tough to get just one show out. Do you think for the company that's a real good idea to produce two shows when it's hard to just get one?
You know, with everything going on right now, my life is going to be becoming a little bit. It's going to be becoming like a little bit
easier.
It's going to be pretty much now because me moving up to Connecticut.
Okay.
Having all the different hours, so it's going to be a whole lot easier. And now that I got up with my wife here, you know, like trying to learn, so it's going to be easier.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So, as I said, that is something I want to bring back. I will bring it back at the right time.
Right.
But as right now, we're going to have just one show for right now, which is Rampage 80, which is with the next episode. But, you know, But as I did also announce too that I'm also beginning a development show, something that is pretty much like NXT, but I'm going to be beginning that too because I have people waiting to wanting to come into BCW, and I just have to start off that all over that brand. So. So BCW for this year and for the next year is gonna be pretty big. I just gotta bring things out at the right time.
That sounds good, man, and I'm glad that you're moving to Connecticut. Congratulations on that, bro. I'm absolutely proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got your lady by your side. A great career here with us. You're definitely. You got a friend in me. You definitely got a, just like Woody told Buzz, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. I got a lot of respect for you, man. I get along with you, and it's good shit, man. I'm glad. Connecticut will be closer. So, we might actually be able to hit the fucking bar now, or just go bowling or, do different shit. Because, being down there where you was at, it was a bit of a distance for me. But being from Connecticut, it's just a train ride. So, I think it'll be good. Come check you out sometime.
Yeah, man.
Now that we met and got along,
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I definitely look forward in the future to, the build up with with the relationship between BCW and also JTV. It's very tough to find people who are willing to help each other out and trying to build up everything, and it's and things like that. Like I put in like very, 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 very just trying to get BCW going in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I was up late. All the editing, all the commentating,
I think
all
you
the
said
effects, and all this other stuff.
Like 80 hours, you said, or some shit you were doing.
Yeah, man, it was very tough, and it's just and if there's anybody that is interested, if they want to become a full-time commentator here for BCW, we are more than welcome. That's.
I want to talk to you about some of your talent, Craig. Because these people are here. We're live and uncensored, and these people want me to get to the gritty questions. So let's get. This is the part where Impact and you gets a little bit more edgy. Some of this attitude will come in, attitude era type shit. So I'm gonna drop some names and stuff like that. Because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of BCW. I like to see it prosper. I like to see more shows get out there, man. I think there's some slack. I think if anybody should have dropped a statement, it didn't really need to be Kevin Impact so much. It needed to be Craig Mack, because in BCW, I think some of the guys over there are showing off a little bit of slack, man, because there's people like Nathan Vaz and people like that who should be helping you out, putting tapings together and stuff of that nature. It shouldn't be you doing it all.
Yeah.
So.
As I've seen some things going on the last couple of years, with people not getting me their promos up in time, or like I have to beg, I have to ask.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It is, and that's also the reason why things are getting delayed and pushed back for stuff to get out. But on the other end of it, with all the problems that I have had with either my PlayStation or for the PS, or with the laptop, it was also my fault too. But but I do want to say this is like, I'm gonna have to begin to say, all right, guys, if you're not gonna get me your things in on time, you're not gonna have a promo. You're just gonna have a match, and then if that doesn't really, if that doesn't get them, then it's gonna be down to, all right, you are not gonna have a match. You know, and then if it goes past that, it's going to be that you are going to be not on the show, and then if you hold a title, you're going to have the title taken away from you. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair.
Absolutely not fucking fair. Everybody out for you in your company.
That's why sometimes I like to apologize also to you for getting things, things in to you late. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
you know what I mean? So like, an example.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, stuff like that. But it's different between me and you. See, between me and you, it's like, you get back to me eventually. When you can. That's different.
Yeah.
We're talking about people who are just fucking lazy. You know what I'm saying? And Nathan Vaz is just one of those people. He could pretend that he's a top guy, a company man, whatever. Vaz used to be a great talent in my eyes. He used to be here in JTV, but the guy is just fucking lazy as fuck. The part of the reason why he got fired from here is because it took him like 3 months, I think, to get me a promo. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, it only takes 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a guy, you got Corey Flash in the comments. This is a guy who competed against Corey Flash. Like, you were given title opportunity. This is the same guy who came in, ran his mouth about, like, every other company I've been in, they kept me back, they held me down, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. You came to JTV, you were put in a movie, you worked Ray Getty's at Showdown, which is our WrestleMania. You had Morgan Freeman come in for you. You had Wiz Khalifa come in to do your song. You had championship runs. You had everything that you didn't get in these other places, but you were still fucking lazy. So now I'm prone to believe these other places that wanted to get rid of this fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Seeing all that stuff going on, it's just... for a guy like myself, so say, for example, if you told me to not bring him in, I want to go out there and see what the reason is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
I mean,
as everybody should.
I mean, so like,
yeah, absolutely.
Just for example, on just how you told me about some other guys, I wanted to see what you actually talking about.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I went out there and like I see on the reason, but when Nathan Vaz came into BCW, he did like run his mouth that he was gonna be the best. He was gonna take down at that time who was BCW champion with the Great D.
The Great D, yeah.
And also we also had BCW World Heavyweight Champion Ray Geddes.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So
right.
Nathan and Great D and also Ray, built up a part of BCW. And that's why at Bound for Greatness that just happened, Nathan and the Great D were in the main event for the world title up again, were for the third Bound for Greatness that they main evented. And now, as I said, that we're going to get away from the same people having the opportunities. I want to expand on having different people main event in Bound for Greatness, or just main event, all in general.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? But I'm the type of guy that likes to go out there and see what the reason is on why he's, why he's telling me don't bring him in, or don't be talking with that guy.
And that's a good example right there of how everybody should be. You always go out and get your opinion You don't go by what other people are telling you. Yeah, if you know somebody and they're full of quality, yeah, you know, it's important to listen to advice. Like, look, if this person's saying it and I know this person long term and they know their shit, I'm gonna listen. But it is important to go out and get your own opinion. This man is saying that apparently, well, he told me a while back that he knows a different side of Nathan Vaz. I did too. I did know a different side of Nathan Vaz, but this man knows a different side of Nathan Vaz. He has his own opinion on him. I have my own opinion on him, and that's good. That's a good thing. You know, I'm going to add in that you know, based off of my experience, what I know as far as Nathan Vaz goes. So that's the Nathan Vaz that I've come to know. And Craig Mack is basically defending his side on the Nathan Vaz he knows. So moving, yeah.
And just, you know, and just in all general, you know, as to, you know, if you guys are going to be a part of BCW and you're going to give me a reason on why you can't get something to me up on time, please be all 100% honest with me. Do not tell me some BS, you know, thing, you know, because if I find out that it's a lie, you are going to be completely out of BCW.
You're gonna get fired. I mean, if he catches your ass.
Fired. You're gonna be fired. You're gonna be terminated. You are gonna be pretty much blacklisted.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't take people's BS of telling me that the reason why that they couldn't get something done, and then I go to find out that you were off, you know, like you were off at the bar or something.
Yeah, you're fucking lying or bullshitting or wasting this man's time. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I wanna. Before we get ready to wrap up here, though, in a few is I just wanted to get like some, you know, some insight on a couple of people. You know, it's been a great podcast thus far for Live and Uncensored, and I wanted to get some of your insight about the Great D. What can you tell us about him? You know, because he's the top BCW guy. You know.
All right. So yes, he's the top BCW guy. But before he came to BCW, he was a top guy. He is a top guy in CCL.
Okay, CCL. Okay, because I've seen him before. I didn't know if it was CCL or COH. So CCL, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He that's why I know that where he was from. He is definitely a future BCW
Hall of Famer. Right. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
And he's definitely of a Hall of Famer all across the board.
Right.
You know, that's a prime example of a guy who gets me his things on time. You know, and he just, you know, and he just cares about the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would definitely in the future would like to see the Great D go against Kevin Impact. That match right there would be a top caliber match, and I think that should be a match that should happen all the Bound for Greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that both you guys would have a great match. You guys would, you know, I think it would be up a match that I think the BCW fans definitely would want to see.
Well, I mean, speaking of the BCW fans, I think one question that the BCW fans would have, and so do I, is, you know, when we do get the special rarity of being able to get a new episode of BCW, you know, I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of simulation going on with the product right now, and I'm just curious, man, like, what's going on? How come these guys not wrestling their matches for these tapings?
I get where you're getting over that, and I know it's kind of it's kind of something that I've been trying to get away from. The guys who have their own cause, they never have time to match my schedule along with theirs, the way that I go to work and stuff.
Right.
So if push comes to shove, I always ask my either my nephew to play as the other guy,
right,
or I ask my brother, because both of them are in the BCW.
right.
So you know what I mean. So I kind of get all with their help.
Yeah.
But you know, I know having a simulation is kind of something that's not good at all. But
right.
you know, I mean, I can't really get mad at the guys that don't have time to do their matches. You know, by them actually doing it because of the way that I work.
Right.
You know, because I work 13 hours a day. You know, 13 hours a day here, 13 hours a day there, and it's very tough. So
I bet.
I'm trying to get away from it.
Yeah. Get it under control and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if we do it that way, I try to make it as best as possible. You know, if you guys haven't noticed, at the end of Bound for Greatness, while Mr. Vaz was there celebrating, he got his ass attacked. He got his ass attacked by Reigns, and that was not something that I have. That was not something that I had set in the game whatsoever.
Roman Reigns. I'm like, what the fuck is Roman Reigns doing at BCW?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
He ended up coming out. He came in there. He gave him a spear. He gave him a punch, and that was it.
Right.
So
are we going to see him at the next event?
Yes. As I posted in with the group page, I said that he's going to be on the next episode, and it's going to go off of there. So I'm going to try to build up a good story off of that. As me and you spoke, I have big things going on for you. Speaking of the BCW World Title, so.
Well, I mean, let's not give out any spoilers neither. You know, I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure I'll be all right in BCW. I'm sure.
You will, and believe me, and the guys that come in, you know, I mean, I'm gonna try to learn who your character is, and what you guys are about, and I will give my 100% in trying to make sure that you guys are being used in the right way.
Well, all of us ask as performers is that you just try, Craig. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's probably the only thing the best the talent can ask for. You know, you do your thing, we do our thing. So that's what's up. You know, that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. As the one thing that I would like to say, and I know that we were getting ready to wrap up.
Right.
Craig Mack is getting called away to go at a call. I am gonna have to go. So I do hope that you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, we're good. We got a good show. We want to thank you for the time. Craig Mack's got to go be a hero. Greg Mack, thank you very much for being a guest here on the show. The best to you, brother. All right, I'll close out here.
Thank you. BCW Rampage 80 will be up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right, guys. So
tune in.
Just be patient, okay?
Stay focused. Tune in. Subscribe. Craig Mack, BCW.
All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. All right.
All right. See you, Craig. Thanks for being on the show.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly, Craig Mack. All right, guys. That was Craig Mack right there, our guest tonight on Live and Uncensored, episode 2. Had a great talk with the guy. I like him. I see myself meeting up with him again. And he's a good guy, man. You know, he's a hero. He's a real life hero. And, you know, I hope you guys enjoy the show. On our next episode, which is going to be taking place in several weeks, or should I say our next event obviously is going to be JTV Chemical Warfare, where we're going to be having a lot going on. And the reason I'm taking time to talk to you guys now about this is so that the viewer, the consumer, knows what's coming. So if you're, and I think I might actually start doing more of these update videos so that you, the viewer of this channel, know what's going to happen, because I know that a lot of you guys don't follow us on Facebook like that. You know, we have followers on there, but we don't have a lot of people on there that specifically, you know, have Facebook or stuff like that. So I just want to take the time to inform you guys on whatnot. But yeah, we have a pay-per-view that's coming. It's called Chemical Warfare, and that's going to tie in with recent programming of all the shows that have come up thus far, your Mega Rush and your Next Gen. It's going to be the culmination of that entire build-up. It's called Chemical Warfare. It is the first pay-per-view of JTV that started out in 2012. JTV is a brand that goes back to 1996 and rebranded itself in 2012. So we're JTV Pro Wrestling now, or JTV Wrestling, those that come to know it. And, you know, it's a pay-per-view coming up. A lot of big names are going to be on there. And I think you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be coming up maybe in a week or so, or you know, about a week or 2 weeks. We'll get the show to you as you know, we continue to acquire as much talent as we can and do everything. There are different people who have their opinions about JTV, but the thing is, JTV is a growing product. You know, we're all over the world, and we've extended to different brands and different people. You know, talent from left to right wants to come into JTV. It's a pro wrestling circuit. It's much different than JTV wrestling is much different than just a CAW show. It's not a league. It's not a clan. It's a pro wrestling circuit. And you know, the 3 out of 10 model that we have here is that you've got to work hard, be the very best you can be. You know, no generic shit. If you're trying to get into JTV, you've got to be a strong, willing person, you know, and we're expecting you to deliver, man. We're expecting you to have that quality that people want to see. You know, we're not going to sign a talent that's going to come in and be slack or be a piece of garbage. That's not what we're looking for. We are looking for younger talent that is just looking to do this, and it means something to them. And so yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's what's going to be going on. And for my next guest for this podcast, for the Live and Uncensored, as we get ready to close out here for the next episode of Live and Uncensored, we're going to have Mr. Amazing, Devontae Wright, will be our next guest on episode 3. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the host. There could be somebody else. You never know. It might be one of your favorite JTV stars, you know, or somebody else as a special guest. That's what's going to be unique about this show. Live and Uncensored is supposed to be the hottest new thing in JTV. This is where we get to get lit on Live and Uncensored. So we're going to be active with our channel more for all you fans. So hit that like button, man. Subscribe, because we're going to have a good time right here all together. But Devontae Wright will be my guest following the next episode, and we will have many more. We have other guests that are also going to be coming. You know, from our beloved Amber Rocks, which is one of our JTV women's. Also, King Wolf is going to be on the show at some point. You know, I want to talk to Russ Walker. Billy Ray Dog is going to be on the show at some point. And at some point, we're probably even going to be talking to the owner of COH, that boy right there, Travis Sparks, which I know a lot of you guys know him as well. I want to sit down and talk to him when we have a chance. But Devontae Wright will be on the next episode, like I said, in a few weeks. So definitely look out for that. As we get ready to close out here, you know, if you like what you're listening to, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, whatever you want. Show some love to the page as we continue to blow this thing up. You want this thing to grow up? Let's make this thing go viral. Let's blow this thing up. Let's make JTV go worldwide. Support, share this with your friends, promote the fuck out of it all over the place, amigo. And remember to top that. Before I close out here, I'm probably going to take a question or two from some of you guys in the comments, and we're going to wrap up. So start typing up your little questions, whatever you guys want to ask, whatever information you want to know before we wrap up here, as we're about to be done with episode 2. Corey Flash asks, am I retired? Turns to Kevin Impact mode. Well, Corey Flash, I never said that I am retired. Kevin Impact right now is to the sidelines. I think he's probably busy growing his hair out, and probably he's by himself somewhere in some local bar. And that's where Kevin Impact is right now. He is not retired, so I think maybe at some point we will see him. I think we will be seeing some classic JTV returns real soon. Several individuals who have shown interest in returning to JTV, such as yourself. And I'm sure Kevin Impact will probably see at some point. Yeah, Funk Man. EKG Productions, Funk Man. Yeah, when I come out of retirement at some point. But well, I'm not in retirement. I never retired, Funk Man. I never retired, so I can't admit to being retired when I never retired. I will say that I've contemplated it. You know, I just feel like it's a different era, different time. It's time to sort of move out of the way. You know, we want to kind of focus on the current talent. If you guys are going to put me on the spot, I mean, you know, we got Draskell signed back with JTV Wrestling. You know, King Wolf just got called up to the main roster. I think he's going to cause some serious fucking mayhem and damage up there. Mr. Amazing is obviously doing his thing. You know, you got a lot of people that are blowing up. And look, you even got Shendon on the comments. How can you forget about him? You know, Shendon is sort of like that big bulldog on the side of the on the sidewalk that you're passing by, and you can't avoid him. You know what I'm saying? He's like security. You just can't avoid him. He's just there, you know. And the only way you could avoid him if you're security is if you're that guy who speared Bret Hart. But anyways, because those securities don't do shit. They need to get fired. We don't want them in New York. But what's that? Ray Getty's come back to JTV. It's a funny thing you say that, Funk Man. Ray Getty's recently reached out to us on Facebook in a comment, which most of you guys have seen, in which Ray Getty said that, you know, Ray Getty's got information that JTV's coming to Greensboro, North Carolina for chemical warfare, and said, how can you come to Greensboro, North Carolina and not buzz up the Raging Redneck Ray Getty's? I don't, you know, Ray Getty's retired at Ultimate Showdown 3, Funk Man, and I think he's happy. I think Ray Getty's had to go somewhere else and be a star, you know, and I think he decided to close things out on his JTV career. He's World Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion with Kevin Impact. You know, he had a pretty good little run in JTV while he was around. Got to work with some big names, so I think Ray Getty's is happy with his career. I think that, you know, he's probably a Hall of Famer, you know, who should be there at some point, and maybe for the 2019 class, you know, maybe he should go in. Maybe. So, I think that I'm looking at some of you guys' questions here. Bulldog mixed with Shih Tzu Bulls. Yeah, that's about right. Gonna try and find Alicia Fox. You're gonna try and find Alicia Fox again. I don't know, Corey. Maybe we will run into her again. You know, if we do run into her again, she's probably gonna get a taste of the bubonic plague. The plague of impact is gonna take her over. You know, she's not gonna be the same again. You know. And I think kind of like Marcus Storm, she just won't be able to walk straight for a week. You know, I think that's how Alicia Fox is going to wind up performing after being involved with the box office hit Kevin Impact. Alicia Fox, I think she might be crazy. She looked crazy when we seen her. I don't know. You know. Bullshit comment was from Shannon. Okay, well. Yeah, so we're here having some fun. You guys are here. Any more questions? Any more questions for me? Maybe you see Nyla Rose. And man, I'm hoping I see Nyla Rose in Vegas. AEW, All Elite Wrestling, May 25th. Las Vegas, Nevada. Kevin Impact will be there along with some other JTV stars. And that's probably too much information I shouldn't give out. But, you know, I'll be there, so... If you're looking for Kevin Impact, I'll be there. You come on down to Vegas, I'll be there if you're looking for me. And I'd be happy to greet you and throw you into traffic, into moving traffic, no problem. So, yeah, it's going to be a big deal, you know, with the All Elite Wrestling and everything going on. Basically, you know, you got Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose, I think, I'd like to meet Nyla Rose on the All Elite Wrestling thing. Jacob Storm. You see Jacob Storm. I got Jacob Storm in the comments. I know him, Jacob Storm. Oh man, he ran into some problems with the Newsom Club, BCW guy. Yeah, I know you, Jacob Storm. You going to hell. Where the hell Marcus Storms came from? I don't know about that one. How about JTV? Enough. I don't know about no JTV enough. First next gen pay-per-view. We don't have a confirmed next gen pay-per-view coming. We don't have a confirmed next gen pay-per-view. We don't. The discussion on the last video was that right now it's looking like there are two JTV pay-per-views from the past. JTV Anarchy and JTV Crossroads, who are being considered for potential pay-per-view events for next gen. It was never confirmed that that is going to actually be the case. I see a lot of good feedback from you guys on that though, so it might happen. It might happen, and we might get a confirmed date. You'll have to stay tuned for that. There will not be a JTV Tough Enough Funk Man. I don't see the point to doing that. Yeah, Tough Enough. Okay, I get that. Talk about JTV, like tough. Yeah, no, I do not see a JTV Tough Enough occurring. I mean, maybe we could do something like that now that we're on YouTube and we kind of can manipulate things a little bit. But I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. Right now, we got Next Gen running. Next Gen is kind of like a Tough Enough. It's a place where you get to kind of build yourself up and up, brick from brick. So I don't really think a Tough Enough is necessary. It just kind of doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So that's just what I think. I just don't think it would make sense to do a Tough Enough. You know, Next Gen is a product within itself that develops talent, and it's not even supposed to be like a developmental. It's supposed to be like a second show. You can try wrestler. I don't know what that means, Funk Man. I don't know what that means. You can try Mean Train. I don't know. I don't know what to say, Funk Man. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Mean Train. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is right there. I don't know. I'm gonna go on my last minute here, folks. Anybody else? He wants a JTV NXT with pros, and that shit is garbage, man. 3 out of 10. There isn't gonna be none of that. We've done that in the past, but I'm not doing none of that shit. That's fucking garbage. That's a shitty concept, in my opinion. You know. I try to say, Train, okay, as a person, do you got fan favorite CAWs? I mean, yeah, absolutely do am I a fan of a lot of CAWs, you know. There's a lot of wrestlers that I like, that I think are really, really good. They're almost realistic, you know. Mentioned earlier, I think Shendon is a great performer. He's a pretty strong wrestler in the ring as far as psychology, as far as, you know, there's wrestlers that when they're in the ring, they have an equation to how the match is going to go. Those are the guys I like working with because that's how I like to wrestle. You know, if my plan is to put him in a headlock or a sleeper hold, and I know I'm going to work the guy into the turnbuckle to put him in a tree of woe, and then I'm going to work into a sharpshooter or something like that. You know, stuff like that. I like, you know, I like working men. What's that? Cruz Romero, your fit. I think Cruz Romero is a kid with potential. I like, you know. You guys haven't had a chance to see a lot of Cruz Romero, but we've seen a lot of him backstage and in live matches. And as a live performer, he's fantastic. I know you didn't get to see much of that in his first Next Gen match when he debuted against Blake Andrews, WWA guy, but he's good. Cruz Romero is a bona fide talent, and I think he's one of those guys that's going to be a big deal in JTV. I don't think I have your number one favorite say. I mean, selfishly, I would have to say Kevin Impact, because Kevin Impact is one of those characters that I would like to see on JTV or in a wrestling, you know, like in a WWE or like some wrestling program. He's just one of those characters that I would like to see. So selfishly, I would have to say Kevin Impact, you know. And with the way the product is right now, you know, you got big, you know, you have people that become big names in JTV, and then it's like something happens. You know, it's just a tragedy, man. It's a tragedy when somebody comes into JTV, they work their way up, they become a name, and you know, something happens, and then they're gone. You know, it's a sad thing, because it's reasons like that why I keep Impact around, because it's like, you know, like that's what you pull when things like this happen. Kevin Impact is the one character that holds it all together. You know, when you're expecting all these people to reach for that brass ring and be the next face or the face of the company, and it's like, man, you know, like it's tough. Is Impact afraid of Billy Ray? Kevin Impact is petrified of Billy Ray Dog. You know, if it says it on Billy's shirt, it must be true. You know what I mean? Kevin Impact is scared. He is scared of Billy Ray Dog. That's right, Funk Man. You still are. That's right. And kudos to you for proving yourself. You know, you've been around for a long time, and you're doing your thing. You're having fun. You're having fun, and that's what it's all about, man. You know, that's what I want. That's what I've always wanted for everyone in the history of JTV wrestling, for people to be happy and have fun. You know, it's never a situation of any politics or anything. You know, you never want that to happen. You know. Okay, very well. All right then. I will take one more question, and we're going to wrap up here. Once again, I'd like to thank our guests tonight, Craig Mack, for coming through and you know, giving us a nice chat. I'm sort of back and forth nowadays about religion, but I'll go ahead and say God bless Craig Mack wherever he's going right now. You know, that he be safe and everything work out for him. You know, yeah. You tell him. Ask some serious questions, man. You guys got me right here, right now. You can ask me whatever you want, and you know, you're messing around. What the next what movies? Movies, is that what they say? Next movies. Next movies. We got there's some issues going on with production with Road Rash, so Road Rash is kind of going to be held back a little bit. I think it's Streets of Rage that's going to be the next film that's going to release. Let's just give it like a month or two. Let's give it like a month or two before we get a final trailer and we hear any information about it. The movie is done. We're just doing some voiceover work. So if you know the movie's completely done, Streets of Rage is done. We're just doing some voiceover work, and the movie will be out. You get your trailer. So that's the next movie coming out. We look to get Road Rash out at some point once we get that done, and then we will begin production on Manhunt, the movie based off the video game. And that right now is looking like it's going to be a Trey Jeter movie. Trey Jeter is probably going to be one of the main characters, at least in that film. We are planning some sort of a Terminator film, and the film formerly known as Deploy is sort of on hold for right now. We're not sure what's going to happen with that. We are working on a horror film also, kind of a Friday the 13th slasher kind of thing. That's kind of in the works, and writing, and some other projects that we're trying to get together, but that's as far as I can share. Who do you see right now main eventing Showdown 4? I think that with Draskell back in the company, with Wolf on Mega Rush, with Devontae running strong, with Burke Lawson kind of working his way up. I mean, it can go either way. I think, I like, I said it before and I'm saying it again, the match with Amazing and Wolf at Stan Lee's last comic, that was a great tribute to Stan Lee. Shout out to Stan Lee, rest in peace. Great. I hope he goes into the 2019 JTV Hall of Fame. I nominate Stan Lee for that. I thought they killed it. They rocked the house down. I'm not losing sight of Cassidy and Shendon. That match was fucking amazing. But Wolf and Wolfman and D-Man closing it out like that, man, with that Thanos and that Absorber Man, fucking killed it. They were just amazing. So I could see those guys headlining Showdown easily. Power Rangers. We currently don't have a Power Rangers film in the works. We don't have a Power Rangers film in the works. I know that DCW has an idea of doing a Power Rangers film, so I may be writing for DCW for a Power Rangers film. That's what's going on right now. I don't know that I see myself doing a Power Rangers film. I'm just, I don't know. I'll keep it honest. We're live and uncensored. I'm having some issues with VIP right now, and he would be one of those reasons why I want to do that movie. And under the circumstances, I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to be interested in that funk, man. So no Power Ranger film right now at this point in time. So. Thanks for the episode 2 featuring Craig Mack. It was real good. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought. So it was a lot better than I thought. Craig Mack was a great guest. We had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? And we got to hook back up and do some bowling with Craig Mack. And I think it's going to be good. We got some, having some fun and doing our thing, you know. Shout out to Craig Mack for all he's done in the real world, without question. And I'm saying it again, and we're telling you, Craig Mack, thank you for being on the show. Much love, much props to you, brother. You are sacrificing your life for us, and man, I gotta respect that, man. I love firemen. I love fire trucks. You know what I mean? I dig it. I can definitely dig it. You know what I'm saying? If I ever get out there and I see Mac working somewhere, you know, I'm gonna go say what's up to him and get my picture with him next to that fire truck. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm looking at Draskell's comment, and that's when we're gonna close out this fucking podcast right there. And we want to thank all you guys. We want to thank all you guys for participating and having fun in the comments. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We got 8 of you watching. We got 123 comments. So thank you for making this as strong as it is. Shout out to all of you. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for listening. And top that, amigo.